Hi everyone, Lori here, and just joining you after my flopped video yesterday, the Facebook Live video. So I've gone back to recording and we'll be posting this on YouTube. Gives more access to people who don't have Facebook as well. Looking and tapping back into the energy of our third eye. So this is our intuitive center. It's located here just above the eyebrows. And the third eye chakra is really about our power of inner vision and the reality of a situation. So never more has this been important than these last few days and weeks where understanding our ground provides us clarity. So our physical world and the intuitive world come together in this energy where we are inundated with information. We are calling it the infodemic, which I found very fascinating, some of these words that are coming out. And this is really about understanding what grounds you in order to see clearly and to perceive clearly to what serves you. So if we are grounded, we can see so much more, not just physically, but what brings us calm and peace. This is an energy also that is about clarity, calmness, and individualized consciousness. So what is it that makes you vibrate in a way that is positive, that you could pull up into a consciousness so that you can disseminate the noise, so that you can come into calmness, so that you can make decisions that are good for you, about you, and those around you. It's tough. My job calls that I need to disseminate information and I need to draw it out towards and a network of people with others around me, and I'm finding it difficult. And I think I have had some training in this from a professional perspective, and I'm still finding it tough. So imagine those people that don't have a ground, that sometimes my ground shakes and it needs to be solid. So my practice today is going to be about finding that ground, seeing the positions that we're in so that it can provide us clarity. So I invite you into this practice for yourself. Again, finding the ground and giving you clarity so that you can disseminate your own vision for the future and finding it as a peaceful one. So I'm going to ask you to come onto your mat with me. And love my little homemade studio. I'm hoping that this also provides you better audio with my headset on. Finding your feet on the ground and drawing your shoulders away from you. I just want to kind of let the hips move in a way that you can feel the four corners of your feet. So you should feel the heels, the sides, the balls of your feet, and just giving yourself the ability to let your toes generate the connection to the earth. And then finding a little bit of stillness here, understanding that the power, the energy comes from the bottom up. Draw a deep breath in and then draw your arms all the way up to the top and let them float down to heart center, and pause here for a breath. Closing your eyes down just for a moment and fixating your gaze as your eyes are closed, taking in what you can see, even when things are dark. There's still vision. There's still the ability to see. Inhale the arms all the way up. Draw your arms behind your body. Interlace your fingers and just bring your heart, head, and shoulders back. Allow yourself to feel open through the front body. And then inhale the arms all the way up again. Bring them to heart center and pause. Find yourself grounded again in Tadasana, allowing your shoulders to float away. And exhale completely. And just go ahead and find yourself at the top of your mat. As we come to the top of our mat again, coming into strong mountain pose, drawing your shoulders away from your ears, just relax. Bring your hands to your hips And feel your hands pushing down onto your feet, feeling the heaviness of your body even more onto the legs. And then releasing, feeling that release through the legs, through the muscles. Inhale the arms all the way up. Draw your hands to your third eye and just pause here for a moment. Perhaps feeling the tallness of yourself, the root of your feet through the legs, the pelvic floor, the ribs, the shoulders, and then drawing your hands to heart to pause into wisdom. Inhale the arms all the way up again. As you bend the knees, draw yourself into a forward fold. Let the hands come to the ground. Your knees are bent significantly here to allow the back to absorb itself into gravity. As you inhale to come halfway up, draw your tailbone up and draw your shoulders away from your ears. Allow your inhalation to draw your tailbone even higher as you come back into that forward fold. Imagine yourself as a string of pearls for your back, head, and shoulders. Inhale, bend your knees, rise all the way up. Draw your hands to heart center. And as you draw your hips down, bring your toes a little closer. Come into a little modified chair pose, feeling the strength of your legs here. And then just settling into stillness, into chair pose, drawing your thigh bones together. And then exhale, fold forward, keep the knees bent, push into the pads of your fingers, lift your hips up, and just let the head float down. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward with the knees bent. You're going to take that front leg, draw it back, and drop to the knee. Keeping the knees at 90-90, start up and float all the way up. Draw your hands behind your body, instigate the knee to push past the toe to open up the hip. On that front side, take the arm, reach it up. Take the other arm, bring it up to join. And then interlace your fingers with the index fingers floating up, representing ego, letting go all that we feel is important to hold on to, and just opening up our heart and allowing ourselves to receive in this beautiful moment. Draw your hands to heart center. Bring your knee over your ankle. Bring your hands to either side of your foot. And then take that hand closest to your foot, the back hand, reach up, come into a beautiful twist, enjoying the spiral motion of the spine, giving you a lot of reach. Bringing your hand back down to either side of the foot, curl the back toe under, lift the knee off the ground, and then step forward into forward fold. Inhale, float halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Sprinkling affirmations throughout your practice, like you to absorb what you can, shed what doesn't resonate with you, and consider the affirmation. I open myself to intuition and deep knowing. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Take the back leg now, drop back into kneeling on the back leg. Inhale, rise up. Hands come to the hips. And then go ahead, guide your knee past your toe, opening up that back leg. Take the back arm, rise up. The front arm rising up, reach up, interlace your fingers again, releasing ego from the index fingers, and then open up to receive again. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, and keep your long breath in front of your front body. Hands will come to heart center, knee comes over the ankles, draw your hands to either side. Now take that front arm, reach up, enjoy that stretch up through the body. Increase the rotation around the spine, and then draw your hand to either side of the foot. With the toe curled back, lift the knees up, and then step forward into forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, scoop the body up. You're coming back into that intense pose, grounding the legs, feeling the strength, knowing that at any time the strength is there for us. Bring your hands to heart center. Draw the heart down. Lift the hips up. Come back into forward fold. With the knees bent, bring your hands to the ground. You're going to take that right foot back now and the left, coming into a high plank or high push-up. Stay here if that feels good. Maybe come down to the knees. Maybe take 2 or 3 little push-ups, drawing your heart up and down. And as you come down, draw yourself onto your knees if you're on your toes, and then draw your hips to your heels. Come into a modified child's pose, bringing your third eye, your forehead on the ground, giving yourself the ability to really sense the earth below you wherever you are. Know that this posture is available to you at any time. Inhale. Exhale. Let it go. Drawing your hips up, bringing your hands under your shoulders, bringing the body into tabletop. I want you just to give yourself a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhaling and exhaling in the greatest joy of the spine, in the highest good of the body, giving yourself the ability to feel space between your vertebrae. And then come back into stillness. Come back onto the heels, and then just feel the bottom of your feet pushing back into the ground, awakening the bottoms of your feet. And then you're going to float up, come into kneeling Tadasana, arms all the way up. Bring your hands to your hips, understanding that balance is required here. Shift the weight slightly in the back leg, step forward with the right, coming into that 90-90 lunge again. Bringing your hands to either side, this time anticipating a little more strength as you curl the back toe under, lift the knee off the ground, and come into lunge. Have a look up. And as you inhale, I want you just to find a little length in the leg, coming into a little bit of a modified pyramid almost. And then exhale, come back into lunge. Do this a couple more times, rolling length in body. Exhale, coming back. One more time, finding length in body. Pause here. With the knee coming to a bend both knees, and then step forward again into forward fold. Relax the body, the head. Allow all notions just to float out, almost like it's trickling out of the crown of your head. Find your sensations in your body. Come inside and leave the outside alone. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees again. Take the right leg back and then the left. Giving yourself that high push-up, knees or toes, it doesn't matter. Find the quality of strength as you possibly take 1 or 2 push-ups. Coming onto your knees no matter where you are. Send your hips to your heels. Come back to that modified child's pose. In a moment of rest, pause and ease the mind. Inhale here. And as you exhale, go ahead and take yourself all the way up into that kneeling Tadasana. Arms rise up. And then draw your hands to your hips again, giving yourself the ability to find a little more stability. Shift your weight into the front body, and then send that back leg forward in that 90-90 again. Okay. From here, we're going to bring the arms back down, curl the back toe under. You're going to lift the knee off the ground, come into high lunge, and pause. Feel the strength of where you are. And then use that strength to bring movement to the body. Inhale, come into that long leg in the front. Exhale, come back. Inhale, come into that long leg. Exhale, come back again. One more time into that long body. Feel a beautiful stretch through the legs. You're going to bend both knees and then step forward again into forward fold. Let the knees bend significantly. Let the head, shoulders, and neck relax. Maybe even hold on to your elbows. Considering the motion and understanding the affirmation. I create clarity and unlimited vision for myself about my beautiful life.
Release the hands. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands to the ground. Push into the hands. Lift the hips just into a little more forward fold with a little more extension. Bend the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. Come back into mountain pose. Hands come to heart center to pause for a breath. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe. Use your breath as a tool. As you inhale halfway up, let your heart, head float upwards, noticing where you can focus. Draw your hands to the ground. You're going to take that front foot back again. Pause into lunge for just a breath. And then walk your hands to the inside of your mat, coming into a wide angle forward fold. Lift your hips. Exhale, float the body forward again. Relax the head, the face. Enjoy the length, not just in the back of the legs, but on the inner thighs, on the outer thighs. Reach into your body and feel completely. Hands will come to the ground, giving yourself perspective. In clarity, we seek perspective, trusted perspective. Take one arm, reach out to the side, and then take a twist, enjoying how the hips stay side by side, and then looking up to the hand. Draw your hand down to the ground. Take the other arm, reach out, keep the hips side by side. Rotate around the spine, lift the heart up, and pause. Exhale, fold forward again. Bend the knees, bring your hands to the tops of your thighs. Toe heel your feet in just so that you can feel the heels directly under the knees. Bringing the torso up, finding yourself in goddess legs. Now keep the tailbone pretty heavy, so you're imagining your torso in a way that is very strong. So pulling up the energy. Inhale, come into arms of goddess. Hands come to either side. Pause for a breath. Finding a little strength here again. You're just going to lift one heel and then release it. Lift the other heel and then release it. Trust me on here, finding a little strength and a little agility at the same time. Inhale, sink a little deeper. Start to think about shifting your weight over onto the left side. Lift the right heel. Slide your torso and lift up. Come into a little bit of a strength posture. Keep the knee lifted. Exhale, come back down. Lift the other heel up. Pause here. Start to shift your weight and then lift up. Pause. And then float back to goddess. We're going to try that one more time on each side. Feeling length to the body. Push deeply into that left foot. Lift the right heel. Keep the strong core. And then float up. Come into one side. Exhale. Slide back. Push into the right foot. Lift the left heel. Keep the strong core. Float up to the other side. Pause. And then find yourself back into goddess. Take a deep breath in here. Inhale. Exhale, sink. Bring your hands below, gathering energy. Pick it up. Draw it all the way up and let it go. Inhale, scoop it down. Pick it up. Reach up and let it go. Floating down, hands to the hips. Toe heel your feet back out again. Come back into that forward fold. Let the arms float down. Let the head relax. Feel the beautiful connection to your back body. Bend your knees. Walk back to that high lunge. Look up. Bend the back knee. Step forward, forward, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale. Let it go. As your knees are bent, your head and heavy or heavy, consider the affirmation. I focus on what I love and I draw it towards me. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up. Scoop yourself up. Draw your hands to heart center and pause. Inhale, lift. Use your breath. Exhale, fold forward. Coming through a full flow. Inhale, halfway up. Enjoy truth of your own grace. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to the ground. Walk, step, or jump back into high push-up. You can be on your knees here as we pull our arm bones together. Maybe take 1 or 2 push-ups. Wherever you are, find your strength as you lower the body to scoop the body up into chaturanga and cobra. Push into the tops of your feet. Option to come to upward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Downward facing dog. Our first today. Push into the heels. Lift through the heart. And notice where your head lies as it is below your heart. Settle into stillness just for a breath. Exhale. Do that again. Inhale, lift the heels, send your thigh bones back. Exhale, let it go. Bend your knees significantly. Look at the top of your mat. You're going to take that back foot forward and pause here. Look up in lunge. Pause for a moment. Drop the back heel. Float the body up. Come into your first warrior. Warrior 1, shoulder to shoulder. Virabhadasana 1. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe a small back bend. Ready to receive. Take the arms forward. Exercise the core. Feel the legs supporting you. Take the back hand on the back shin, the front hand on your hip, and then lengthen the legs to open to triangle. Inhale, rise up with the arms. Come into a beautiful geometrical set. This one reads, I am grounded. Bend the knees, scoop the arm down and back, and inhale, come back up. Warrior 1 comes back. Arms come forward again, hands to either side. Pick up the back heel, and then step forward, forward, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward, fold. Consider the affirmation, I am open to knowing my own intuition and my deepest thoughts. Inhale, halfway up. Inhale all the way up and bring your hands to heart center. Coming to the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, let it go. Hands to the ground. Walk, step, or jump back into your high push-up, low push-up. It doesn't matter. Pause here for a moment of strength, of recognizing your own strength. 1 or 2 push-ups on your knees if you like, and then float the body down enough. Come into cobra first. Push into the tops of your feet. Option to be into upward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Downward facing dog. This downward facing dog calls on you to draw the heels down one at a time, introducing the ground every step of the way. Bend the knees. Look at the top of your mat. This time the front foot comes forward. Drop the back heel. Warrior 1 leg. Inhale, rise up to the fullest expression of this warrior. Exhale. Draw breath in again. As you bring the torso forward, keep the legs grounded. Bring your body forward. Trust the process. Bring your hand onto your shin, your other hand on your hip. Lengthen it all and prepare to open into triangle here. Arm lifts up. Perspective changes. Ground yourself fully. Bend the knees. Scoop the body down and up again. Back into warrior 1. Exhale. Hands come all the way forward. Pick up the back heel. And then step forward again into forward fold. Relax the head, the shoulders, hands come to the elbows. Let the body be heavy. Give in and rethink all negative thoughts about myself, about others, about the situation, and convert them into the positive thoughts. Release the arm. Inhale halfway up. Exhale. Fold forward. Bend the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. Come into one more posture. Toes together as the heels come back. Come into this posture of power in intense pose. Feel the heart high. Take a breath. Bring your hands, interlace them behind you. Reach back, open. Notice that even in strength, we can call on the openness to receive all that is good. Stretching the shoulders, unburdening the spine. Inhale, start to take a bend forward. Lift the arms up to the best of your ability and just take that forward fold, tucking the shoulders in and around. Exhale, release the arms. Again, make note of where the head is and then float halfway up. Recognizing our own space all the way up. Rise, find the fingers, find the knuckles, drop them to your third eye. Stay here for a breath. Take what you know to be true, drop it to your heart, and let it become wisdom. Release the arm, and then just slowly rotate the body side to side. Coming to the top of your mat, okay, finding another balanced posture, hands coming to either side. What better thing to ground us than our trees, than our nature? Lots of options to come into tree. First, focus in front of you. It's something that's not moving. Bring your hands to heart center to come to the center of your ground. Without shifting much of your weight, push into that left foot. Pick up the right heel. Stay lifted. Inhale the knee up. Draw the knee out. And simply find a spot of strength, either the inside of your calf, toe on the ground, or you draw your heel all the way up to the top of your thigh, whatever works for you today. And pause. Notice how it works when we pull together everything to center and then grow. Using the expression of your own arms in any way that feels good. Release the leg, bring it to center, tap the toe down, and then switch. Side to side shift, making the hips feel like they have accomplished a lot. Coming to the other side, feet side by side, relax the shoulders, come into a moment of peace. Focus on something that's not moving, come to center. Push deeply into the opposite foot, pick up the heel without shifting much weight. Inhale the knee up. Inhale it to the side. Foot can come to the inside or the ground, wherever you are, maybe even to the top of your thigh. Find length and strength. Notice what happens when you pull everything to the center. We grow. When your arms are ready to come back to center, release the knee, bring the knee to center, tap down, and then just let the legs come side to side. Giving yourself a little bit of a twist. And you're going to just float down gently onto your knees, and then just extend your hips to your heels. We're going to come into our twist today. And so moving the hips off the knees, off the heels,
You're going to take the top leg and bring the ankle right over the arch of that foot. So coming into this long posture in the spine, receiving from the ground up as the spine lifts up. Pause here. Take the opposite arm to the top of that bottom leg. Take your other arm behind you. Increase the distance with an inhalation of your spine. And then exhale, just take a gentle twist. As your head moves over, your face does, and so do your eyes. Consider the perspective. Take that top arm, stretch it back, lift the heart, draw breath into the body. Take the head over first, and then release. Untuck the feet. Come back to seat, and just pause here for a breath. So important to reset, to know where you've come from. And then just slide over to the other side. Now the bottom foot acts as a little space for the top ankle. And again, using your fingers to prop your body up. Inhale. Take that arm, bring it across the body. Other arm comes behind, and then just draw your head, shoulders over. Relax your face. If you let your eyes change its own view. Option to take that arm, wrap it behind you, create a little shelf for your back. Create another distance for your breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then bring your head over first, then your shoulders, and untuck the legs. And bringing your feet together, coming into this butterfly pose, Adho Konasana, just lifting up, giving yourself a little reprieve for the legs. It's just an awesome movement. How you guys doing? Hope okay. Bring your knees together. And come onto our back, so just a little more work for the core. May feet come both side by side again. Lift the heart up. Okay, now I'm going on video with this boat pose, so let's hope we can all stay strong together. Bring your arms up. Pause here. Start to move the body back. Keep lifting the torso up and just pause here for a breath. On an exhale, try to release the tension in your legs. Front leg up, back leg up. You can pause here. This is a strong piece for your core. You can stay here. You can bring your arms overhead. You can extend your legs. Use your hands to help you at any time. Put the toes down. Lift the body up again. And pause. So bring your hands back to the back side. Just kind of like leaning back. You're going to take that front leg, cross it over the left or the back leg. Okay? And then you're going to start to bend the elbows. And as you come up with the knee, just let the knee pause over the hips. Take the inside here and pull it in. Drop your head. Coming into this figure four stretch. Okay, now imagine yourself being very long. So coming into a modified pigeon. This is going to be an interesting posture. Okay, pause here. Now lift the leg up that you're supporting. So push it up. And then you're going to take your hand on the top leg, foot and knee. Pause here. As you pull that leg a little closer to the body, you're going to take that straight leg and just let it float down. Hovering over the ground. Here's an imitation of pigeon pose. A beautiful exploration. Thank you, Baxter Bell, for this. Inhale that arm all the way up. Take that stretch again. Now release the leg. Arms reach up. You're going to take that crossed leg and reach it up. So now we're in dead bug. Both arms reaching up. Feeling a lot of strength here. And then bend the knees. Bring the feet to the ground and pause. I like that one. We're going to do it on the other side. Cross over the other leg onto the ground. Start to bring that knee into the chest. Pause here. Grab the back of your leg. Relax your shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Just take it for what it is. See clearly how wonderful the stretch reacts. Now take that supporting leg, reach it up to the sky, grab onto the foot, grab onto the knee of the front leg, pause here, and then let that straight leg float down. Let it hover over the ground. Consider what this feels like. Good. Inhale that leg back up. Take the arms, reach for the ceiling. Unwrap that front leg, both legs now lifting up, coming into dead bug here. Pause. Okay, a little more strength as you let the legs come down slowly. Same with the arms. Reach in both directions. And then release. Nicely done. Bring your knees up, your feet down, and then just windshield wiper your legs side to side. Releasing again any tension in the hips. Now, if you want to go into one more posture, please do. Maybe happy baby or to side pauses. As we come into our final posture, Shavasana, I'm going to invite you to stay with the body as long as possible as I come into a seated posture and guide you through a little visualization to keep you grounded. Untuck your shoulders, untuck your hips. Allow the back body to connect fully with the ground below. Enjoy a moment in which you feel your back of your head, your shoulders, and your arms to the ground. Imagine which ribs are actually on the ground connected. Feel how your breath reaches your hips, your legs, your feet. This body that carries you every single day into your life. Feel your connection to the ground. And as your mind wanders, and it will, remind yourself that this place of awareness exists. That when we have our ground, when those around us are strong with us, our possibilities of visioning, of seeing, of relaying clarity towards each other is vast and abundant. Feel the calmness as we connect with our hearts and our minds, where physicality is not possible. Our ability to connect is immense. Notice the calmness you feel at this very moment. And let your next inhalation draw the smallest bit of movements to your body. And exhale in a deep way. And then just slowly bring enough movement to your body that your shoulders and your ankles and your elbows and your knees all move together. And just bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Maybe rock side to side because that just feels good. And when you're ready, float yourself up into seated and just come back into a seated place, something you find comfortable. Drawing your hands all the way up again. Drop them to your third eye. Gather this. Gather what you see, your knowledge, what you hear. Bring it all together and drop it into your heart. This energy that provides compassion, love, understanding, and let it sit in wisdom. And we close our practice with the sound of this chakra, this energy of intuition and clarity, the sound of Om. Inhaling and exhaling to Om. Inhale. Om. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me and reminding yourselves always, always, you're not alone. You have your ground and you have sources of energy you don't even realize. Use this time to find those energies. I'm happy to be with you. I'm happy to practice with you. If you need anything, text me, call me. Happy to do a walk in the park with you, even if it's on the phone. It works. Thank you so much, and I'm going to sign off now. Have a great day.